of Communications for Sarasota County Government. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. In a few moments, you'll hear from Sarasota County Administrator Jonathan Lewis, Sarasota County Emergency Management Chief Ed McCrane for an update on Hurricane Ian. We'll also have the Sarasota County Schools Superintendent Dr. Brendan Aspling and Sheriff Kurt Hoffman available for questions. First up is Jonathan Lewis.
Good afternoon. We're here at the EOC today, the Emergency Operations Center, and we continue to monitor the path and potential impacts of Hurricane Ian. County staff is in coordination with our state partners as well as our local government partners, particularly the Sheriff's Office and the school superintendent and his team, who've been amazing to work with as we prepare for Hurricane Ian. In times of emergency, our community members should feel confident that we are in strong relationships with our cities, the state, and our other partners throughout the community to be here to serve you as the public. We do need you to do your part. As we've been messaging for the past several days, please continue to do your personal preparations so you're ready on your side if the worst happens with Hurricane Ian. We ask you to continue to make smart decisions as you go forward and as we give out advice on things like evacuation levels or other statuses, make good decisions and follow through on the recommendations that we give.
Thank you, Jonathan. Next, you're going to hear from Sarasota County Emergency Management Chief Ed McCrane. Ed?
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jonathan. Sarasota County schools will be closed tomorrow, September 27th, so that the schools that we utilize as evacuation centers can prepare and open. All evacuation centers will be open Tuesday, tomorrow at noon for those who live in evacuation level A. Evacuation level A is all the red areas on the map, including all mobile homes, RVs, and folks that live on boats as well, regardless of where those mobile home parks are in the community. To find the nearest evacuation center near you, you can go to scgov.net/beprepared or call 311. Remember that all Sarasota County evacuation centers are at schools, but not all schools are evacuation centers. We have 12 general population and 2 that we use for medical needs. Please go to scgov.net or look at our disaster planning guide or local media for the actual schools that we will be utilizing as evacuation centers. When you go to that evacuation center at noon, please eat a meal before you come. Bring all your disaster supplies, your emergency kit, including bedding, toiletries, water, and supplies. It's very important to bring a flashlight with you as well. And continue to monitor local media and county social media channels. You can also register for emergency notifications by going to alertsarasotacounty.com. Remember, these evacuation centers are a last resort measure. If you can stay with friends or family or leave the area or make other arrangements, that would be better for you. And if you live in a home outside of an evacuation area that you've protected with impact windows or hurricane shutters, and you are not built since 2002, you're safe in your home for this type of event. And don't go to the evacuation center unless you need to as a last resort. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. We also just would like to remind the community to stay calm. This is an excellent time for you to get to know your neighbors. Check on your neighbors, see if there's anyone that may need something around you. At this time, we'll take questions from the reporters. I ask that you please state your name, your affiliation. Tim?
Ed, you haven't decided what the evacuations are yet, or?
Evacuation level A.
It will be, and that's tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
So if you live in a new house that was built before 2002 and you're in that evacuation
No,
zone,
since 2002.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're in that zone,
Mm-hmm.
do you need to evacuate?
Yes, yes. The reason we do the evacuations primarily are due to storm surge. So anybody that's in level A, which is all the barrier islands, all the areas in red, those could be inundated by storm surge if that threat presents itself. And based on the information that we have from National Weather Service, there's a potential for enough storm surge to affect level A. So regardless of the year of your home, regardless of what floor you're on, if you live in level A, you need to evacuate.
Thanks, Tim. Robert?
Hey, Robert, SNN News. Is this a mandatory evacuation, and is there any voluntary evacuation?
That's a good question. After Hurricane Irma, we did an after-actions review, and we did 93 changes and enhancements to our plan. We no longer use the terminology of mandatory, voluntary. The area being evacuated is being evacuated because of the hazards that it's posed by. The emergency services cannot go there, so it's an evacuation area that is ordered, and there's no other terminology to go with it.
Any additional questions? Annie?
I'm with the Herald Tribune, and I was wondering, do you know when you'll be coming to a decision about other evacuation areas? Like, if you may need to evacuate other areas, do you know when your decision will be made for that?
Thank you for that question. At this time, the threat that's the National Weather Service has showed us only calls for the level A evacuation. But if that changes, if the storm presents additional storm surge, for instance, or other threats, we will meet and we will adjust our plans accordingly.
Thank you. Noel?
Noel, ABC7. Can you talk a little bit about these with the school closures? Some schools will be becoming emergency centers. Can you talk a little bit about which locations will be serving as emergency locations?
Yes, there are 12 schools. I can't read them off the top of my head to you, but on our website at scgov.net, the disaster planning guide, although the superintendent of schools has the list. So thank you, sir, very much. Great partnership. Atwater Elementary, Heron Creek Middle School, Northport High School, Woodland Middle School, Booker High School, Brookside Middle School, Fruitville Elementary School, Gulfgate Elementary School, Philippi Shores Elementary School, Riverview High School, Southside Elementary School, Taylor Ranch Elementary, which was added this year. And those are on our website, scgov.net. Local media partners, we ask you that you rebroadcast that list. There are some lists out there on Google that are old. We ask people not to use those. Look at the list that is official on our website.
Thanks. Tim?
So you're gonna go to this shelter, and, what should you be bringing? You said to eat lunch, but, I mean, you're gonna get a 10 by 10, what's it gonna look like? What should I, a chair, what should I do?
Good question, Tim, thank you. So when you come to the evacuation center, you basically are given a cleared room and you get 20 square feet of space per person. So whatever you need to bring with you. Now, keep that in consideration for the space and for others. So you want to bring your bedding, you want to bring your own, cooler, your snacks, the things that you prepared as part of your disaster kit, a flashlight and such. Eventually, if we are in the evacuation center during a meal time when the school district staff can prepare a meal, that will be available, but we want people to eat that meal ahead of time and bring those snacks with them.
And how long are we expecting to have to stay in these shelters?
It all depends, Tim. The time that we will be in there depends on the storm, of course. We want everybody to be in there tomorrow evening before dark, before 8 p.m., so that we can make sure that we're not impacted by any arrival of winds. The earliest arrival of winds could be tomorrow night, or it could be as late as Wednesday. If the storm passes us on Wednesday, we will remain in the evacuation centers until no storm threats are available. So at a minimum, I believe it's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday evening.
Last question? Are we good? Thank you.
Thank you.
Emergency Management Chief. All right, that concludes this briefing. We advise the community, if you have questions, please call our customer service representatives at 311. Continue to monitor our partners, our local media. Follow us on social media at SRQ County Gov, and go to the county's website, scgov.net/beprepared. Thank you for your time.